Okay, let's call this meeting to order. Pursuant to Section 84-1412 of the Nebraska statutes, the public is hereby informed that a current copy of the Nebraska Open Meeting Act is on the north wall. Roll call, please.
Cracky. Ryan.
Present.
Smith.
Aye. Here.
Committee's present.
I should say 7. And so I spend all day. I was hours.
So per our agenda, we'll go with public comment and recognition.
No public comment.
New and miscellaneous business.
Okay. All right. Well, good evening. Thank you for allowing us to be here tonight and present to you. My name is Lindsay Beanie. I am the Teaching and Learning Consultant for Secondary Social Studies.
And I am Tiffany LaFrance, Teaching and Learning Consultant for Elementary Social Studies.
So LB 399 is a law that was adopted into place in March of 2019. It revised a previous law that had been on the books for a number of years. It was revised and passed into law March 2019 with the purpose to ensure that our youth are given the opportunity to become competent, responsible, patriotic, and civil citizens to ensure a strong, stable, just, and prosperous America. LB 399 amends sections 79-24 and 79-27, or 727, excuse me, of the revised statutes of Nebraska. The Nebraska Department of Education creates the rules and regulations for LB 399. In this current year for 2019-2020 will be a transitional year as the state prepares the guidance for districts. However, as a leader in the state for social studies, OPS is already in compliance with numerous of the requirements for LB 399, and we are well prepared to enact all components of this law. LB 399 changes the name of the Committee on Americanism to the Committee on American Civics and requires the following be met by each school district. 1, ensure all social studies curriculum used in the district aligns with the state standards adopted pursuant to section 79-76.01. 2, teaches foundational knowledge in civics, history, economics, financial literacy, and geography. Core social studies courses at the secondary level already incorporate all foundational knowledge, meaning our OPS graduates are graduating with all components of this foundational knowledge even prior to the revision and passage of LB 399. And with the adoption of the state social studies standards anticipated this November, we will have the opportunity to review and revise both elementary and secondary curriculum for standards alignment and LB 399 compliance. Next, LB 399 requires the review and approval of the social studies curriculum and that the committee's recommended or approved curriculum is accessible to the public and references this law. Curriculum guides for all core social studies secondary social studies courses are currently available on our OPS website and do reference this law. Also, LB 399 requires that the school district creates and uses formative, interim, and summative assessments so that the students' mastery of the social studies standards adopted by the State Board of Education can be measured. All core social studies courses at the secondary level have district-level CBAs, which are curriculum-based assessments. These curriculum-based assessments are formative and summative assessments that are implemented district-wide in grades 6 through 12. Additionally, we have RSPs, which are required semester projects. These are summative assessment grades that are implemented again in all core social studies courses, grades 6 through 12. Interim formative assessments are also administered by the classroom teacher with suggested assessments available in the curriculum guides. In addition to the previous provisions, the American Civics Committee will ensure that the social studies curriculum in the district incorporates a state assessment to be given prior to a student leaving 8th grade and again prior to a student leaving 12th grade. Of the options provided for the state assessment, option 3, requiring students to complete a project or paper and a class presentation on a person, persons, or events listed in subsection 6 of section 1, is the option OPS is already on track with. CBAs and RSPs completed in grades 8, 9, and 12 not only assess over the Constitution, Abraham Lincoln, and Martin Luther King Jr., but they are also rigorous assessments that are in line with OPS best instructional practices. In at least 2 courses in every high school, Time shall be devoted to the teaching of civics and American history as outlined in the social studies standards, during which specific attention will be given to the following matters such as the Declaration of Independence, the U.S. Constitution, and the Nebraska State Constitution, the benefits and advantages of a representative government, and the rights and responsibilities of a citizen, the duties of a citizen, and the application of knowledge in civics, history, economics, financial literacy, and geography to address societal issues. The provisions listed are embedded within the Nebraska State Social Studies Standards and within our OPS secondary curriculum. While not new, LB 399 provides us the opportunity to reinforce the importance of intentionally preparing students to be civically engaged and ready to participate in our democracy.
Similar to the previous provision, at least 2 of the 4 grades, from 5th grade to 8th grade, time must be set aside for the teaching of American history from the social studies curriculum, which shall be taught in such a manner that all students are given the opportunity to become competent, responsible, patriotic, and civil citizens who possess a deep understanding of and respect for both the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Nebraska, and prepared to preserve, protect, and defend freedom and democracy in our nation and our world. Currently, we do this in 5th grade U.S. history, where we teach the early years to the Declaration of Independence, and in 8th grade U.S. history, where pre-Constitution to the Progressive Era are taught. The next provision discusses practices that are already incorporated in elementary classrooms. Through daily immersion and direct instruction, attention to the flag, patriotic songs, and exceptional acts and individuals are embedded in our social studies curriculum. Development of respect for the American flag is part of elementary school culture. Our students see the American flag in every classroom and recite the pledge every morning. The last provision is to provide time for instruction on the specific holidays that are listed. Currently, we have lesson plans for each of these holidays, and they are referenced in the curriculum guides. Instruction for these holidays must take place the week prior, the day of, or the following week. Additional resources are being vetted and will be housed on SharePoint. As previously stated, OPS is in compliance with many of the components of the law, but will continue to review, revise, and align the curriculum, instruction, and assessment to the requirements of LB 399. We are making teachers more aware of the significance and intentionality with which we teach social studies. Thank you.
Are there any questions?
What is the date we're using for the Native American Heritage Day?
The day after Thanksgiving.
Okay. Is that the state's designated day?
The state has it just listed in the standards for now. I'd have to go back and double check the exact date.
So the reason that I'm asking that question is because El Dia de la Raza, which is also, it's also kind of a celebration of that, is October 12th.
Okay.
Or typically right around, that's about, I think that's the actual date. And typically that's also is included, that's also considered Indigenous Peoples Day in the Western Hemisphere. So I was just wondering if we would, is that a date we could think about as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
And that's open, that's up for our interpretation as a district as to how we want to include that.
Okay. Yeah, oh, okay, it does say the Friday the 29th. Okay, all right, okay. Thank you. It would just be inclusive of one of our large groups if we
Absolutely.
did it on that day, on the
Absolutely.
12th.
We have any, oh, go ahead, Nancy.
Only thing I would like to add is that I'm very pleased that we do have this provision, and it has been provided to us to do this, because these dates and these people up there and the thing to celebrate, for me, that is very important for us to do. And I would like to see more about how some of the younger grades do this, but I remember so much celebration for all of these in the grade school and things you made and did during that time. And so I'm very happy that this has been added to make sure we're all doing it.
And I can speak that the current standards for social studies, the draft that just came out September 30th that was presented to NDE, a portion of the board last week, and it'll go to a full vote. The anticipated date for that is November 8th. Because this law was in place prior to those standards being finalized, they do spell out specifically these dates, or events and persons and people in the state standards now, so it's even more intentional as to how we're going to be teaching it, incorporating it into our curriculum. It's not just going to be with compliance of the law, but also be with the state standards now.
And that part I am aware of, and I'm very pleased. So thank you.
Are there any information items?
Not on this.
Any additional speakers? Okay. Well, then we can get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
It's been motioned and seconded, so this meeting is now adjourned at 5:43.
Is that shopping day? Shopping day?
So when I get home, I'm really gonna pizza.
Now move.
No kidding. I need to ask me what's there.
Matt, where do you want me now? Are you going over? Next to the... Yeah.
And then so, Amanda, you, right? No, Amanda's here, right?
Yes.
And then it goes to Luann? Right?
Who's name or number?
Luann or Ricky?
Ricky, I think. I'm not sure.
Well, that's what we're gonna do.
Well, if he doesn't like it, he can move it.
Yep.
Or if it's wrong, he can move it. Hello. Good.
You know, that is one of my favorite topics.
Which one?
Americanism.
Well, me too. It really is. And you know what? The people that thought we shouldn't have done something like this, it's just ridiculous. This is one of the most important things we should be doing.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I mean, I wanted to kind of note that, and I can note it in the other meeting too, that I'm grateful that we're doing. Which group of kids? Yeah, it's Central, huh? Central. Yeah, I see the color.
We're going to recognize our Legion Star recipients.
Well, that's good too. I saw that on the agenda.
Third in the nation leadership role. So we got a lot of celebrations.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith. Good to see you.
Oh, it's good seeing you.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay if I say something tonight about Jalen's fundraiser Thursday.
Jalen.
Walker, Brian.
It's your.
That was what Connie gave you for your home. I think it's just gonna take a minute because you're so low.
Looks like it's all working.
It should be okay.
May I see something real quick?
It's charging. It's just, you're so low. It's charging. It's taking an hour and a minute to get you back.
But you're charging, so it's good.
How you doing, Miss Nancy?
I had it on home, and on my other computer, I printed it off in my phone. I used it.
It's a waste of time. I'm trying to tell you. Whatever this thing is not your fault.
see.